Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about a coin that most people would never look at twice, yet under the right conditions has already crossed a documented value of $143,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $143,000 for a modern South African coin that still circulates quietly among millions of others, often ignored, misunderstood, and underestimated. This single fact alone challenges everything most people believe about modern circulating coins. This video is not hype, not exaggeration, and not a promise of instant wealth. The $143,000 figure applies only to extremely rare, verified, top-tier examples that meet strict professional standards. Still, the fact that such a value exists at all is what makes this coin extraordinary and worth understanding in detail. Understanding why this value exists is far more important than focusing on the number itself. The coin you were looking at is the South African 2 Rand dated 2004. On the surface, it appears simple, modern, and ordinary. That ordinary appearance is exactly why it went unnoticed for years. In numismatics, the biggest opportunities often hide inside coins that do not look expensive, because collectors are trained to search where others do not. History shows that overlooked coins often become the most surprising success stories. This coin was issued during a very important period in South Africa's modern history. By 2004, the country was well into its post-apartheid era, redefining national identity, symbolism, and global presence. Coins from transitional periods tend to attract long-term collector attention because they represent moments that can never be repeated no matter how many years pass. Such moments freeze political and cultural change into permanent metal form. The reverse of the coin features the kudu antelope, one of Africa's most respected and symbolic animals. This is not a random design choice. The kudu represents resilience, balance, and survival in challenging environments. Wildlife imagery on national coinage has historically performed extremely well in international collector markets, especially when the design is sharp, balanced, and artistically refined. Collectors often respond emotionally to powerful wildlife symbolism like this. On high-grade examples of this coin, the kudu's horns show crisp curvature, the facial structure is fully defined, and the body details appear almost sculptural. These details disappear quickly once a coin enters circulation, which is why pristine examples become exponentially rarer with time. Every lost detail permanently reduces the number of top-quality survivors. The obverse carries South Africa's coat of arms, a modern design adopted to reflect unity, democracy, and constitutional values. Coins that display updated national symbols often gain importance later once the design becomes historically fixed and no longer current. Collectors are drawn to these markers of national evolution. They represent official statements of identity preserved for future generations. Now, let's address the most important question honestly. Were millions of these coins minted? Yes. Are most of them valuable? No. This is where many people get confused. Value at this level is not created by mintage alone. It is created by condition rarity, survival rates, and collector demand intersecting at the highest level. Without all three factors aligning, high values simply do not exist. Out of millions of coins struck, only a tiny fraction survived without scratches, wear, oxidation, or improper storage. From that already small group, only a handful qualify for professional grading at the highest levels. From that handful, only a few display the eye appeal, strike quality, and surface preservation demanded by elite collectors. This narrowing process is what transforms common coins into elite rarities. When such a coin appears in a major auction, competition changes everything. High net worth collectors do not hesitate when a registry-level example becomes available. They understand that once it's gone, it may not appear again for years or possibly decades. Scarcity combined with urgency is a powerful driver of price. This is how values like $143,000 are reached, not because the coin is common, but because the specific example is exceptionally rare. Two coins from the same year can differ in value by tens of thousands of dollars simply because of microscopic differences in preservation. At this level, perfection is not optional, it is mandatory. It is also important to understand who buys coins at this level. These are not casual hobbyists, these are investors, portfolio diversifiers, and serious collectors who already own fine art, rare watches, vintage automobiles, and alternative assets. For them, a six-figure coin is not an impulse purchase, it's a calculated decision. They view rare coins as tangible assets with historical permanence. International demand plays a major role here. Interest in African coinage has grown steadily among collectors in the United States, Europe, and parts of Asia. South Africa, with its strong minting history and stable documentation, sits at the center of that demand. When global buyers compete for limited supply, prices naturally rise. Global competition amplifies scarcity far beyond local markets. Let's pause for an important reality check. If you find this coin in pocket change, circulated condition, or with visible wear, it will not be worth $143,000. That level applicates only to coins that have been professionally authenticated, graded, and verified at the highest standards. This transparency is essential and protects viewers from misinformation. Clear expectations are critical in responsible coin education. However, what matters is not whether every coin is valuable, but that the category itself has proven capable of reaching six-figure territory. Once a coin series achieves that recognition, collectors begin paying attention to every detail, every variation, and every surviving example. Recognition often marks the beginning of long-term market growth. Modern coins are often dismissed as worthless simply because they are modern. History has repeatedly proven that assumption wrong. Some of the fastest price growth in numismatics has occurred in modern issues once collectors realized how few perfect examples actually exist. Time often reveals scarcity that was invisible at the moment of issue. The 2004 South African 2 Rand coin sits exactly in that space. It's modern enough to have been ignored, old enough to have lost pristine survivors, and significant enough to attract global attention. That combination is rare. Few coins ever align these conditions so perfectly. Condition, again, is everything. A single contact mark can eliminate thousands of potential buyers. Perfect surfaces attract all of them. This is why grading matters, storage matters, and handling matters more than most people realize. Small mistakes can permanently destroy big potential value. The idea that a modern coin can be worth six figures might sound unbelievable to some, but similar prices already exist for modern American, European, and Asian coins. South Africa is now firmly entering that same premium collecting tier. This places its modern coinage on the global collector map. This video is not telling you to buy, sell, or speculate. It is simply documenting a real phenomenon within the collector market. Markets, not videos, create value. Understanding those markets is what separates informed collectors from casual observers. Knowledge is the most valuable asset a collector can own. So, the next time you come across a coin that looks ordinary, remember this story. Remember that value is not always obvious. Sometimes it hides quietly, waiting for the right knowledge, the right condition, and the right moment. Many great discoveries begin with simple curiosity. If a top-graded example of this coin ever appears in a major international auction, understand that you are not watching history. You are watching competition decide the future value in real time. If this breakdown helped you see modern coins differently, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. More real, documented coin stories are coming soon. Until next time, keep learning and never underestimate an ordinary coin.